Hello, hello, hello. What is up, everybody? So this is August 19th, Friday, Crypto Weekend Watch List with yours truly, Jackal and Bitcoin J. And we've had a very exciting end of our week so far. Jay has had a fantastic time this week shorting. We've both been shorting the ever living, all of it, all of crypto, just shorting it down. My personal biggest play was a Celsius short on 10x leverage, and we made about 140%. So just nailing 14% spot plays left and right over here in Titan Trading. If you're not familiar with that, there's a ticker down at the bottom of the screen. You can join the Discord, and we would love to get you hooked up with us. Jay, how's your week been?
Yeah. Hey, Jackal. Very, very good. Like you said, it's been nothing new on this under the sun there. We're still in the bear market, and we have been coming up there for Bitcoin, but all along in Titan, we have been saying that we will very likely see a downward movement for Bitcoin. And so we absolutely got that over the last 24 hours.
Absolutely.
We saw a great sell-off on crypto in general, and also some all-around fear that was creeping in the markets again with the UOB dollar USD depegging, like that stable coin depegging. So that is driving fear again in the market, and you can just feel, if you're trading, how quickly sentiment can change and how strong sentiment
Right.
is. So right now, basically, everybody is again in disbelief, as I would like to call that. So yeah, absolutely good.
Yeah. So
Take it away, man.
So I with the stock market, because crypto does follow the stock market at the moment for the most part. Today there was about $2.3 trillion in options that were expiring today. And that's a lot of analysts at what Goldman Sachs are saying that this is going to cause us to lose a critical support in SPY, right? And we're topping out at the RSI at the moment. And that usually comes with a bearish move. As well as the MACD on the daily seems to be looking like it's ready for a bearish cross. So I don't think it would be crazy to see every market start to come down. And so it's kind of makes sense that things started to come down now. Plus, we have that fear in the market from Huobi. And of course, why wouldn't anyone want to get out of crypto right now, right? Not us. We are shorting it. We're still in crypto. We're adding to our positions. We're making money up and down. So right here, I've got the 4-hour Bitcoin chart. As Jay said, over the last 24 hours or so, we have dumped off pretty substantially. So starting about here, we're at 23.2. Now we're at 21.36. We grab a quick percentage on that last day or so. We touched nearly 10% down at one point, sitting at minus 8% at the moment. Jay, if you had to pick a single coin, have you seen a chart that looks bullish right now from the top 25, 50 coins,
Yeah,
have you
well,
seen anything that's roughly bullish?
yeah, just first to go over the Bitcoin, like you said, that 23.2, and on Titan, we absolutely caught that at 23.150. We knew dropping below that was the go sign for short. So, like you said, beautiful 9% unleveraged move there. Now, as to bullish charts, what has been on my watch list, and that is pretty much like trading a little bit against of the market, is Chili's, ticker
Oh, interesting.
CHZ. So you can pull that up, or I can pull that up, doesn't matter. You can pull it up. This is one that has been trading kind of, it is a very strong upward move there for Chili's. So I'll actually also put it on. I'll show you what I'm looking at for Chili's. So let me know if you can see my screen here on Chili's.
Yep, looks good.
So we're going to a higher time frame here, a 12-hour time frame. Obviously, we've had a very, very substantial move here for Chili's. This is a very, very strong push, obviously. So we're going to the 4-hour time frame here, and I was personally also watching the break of this trend line for Chili's, right? This trend line, and then whenever you see that you break that trend line here on the 4-hour, a lot of the times when you break that trend, we actually didn't get a break and retest here, but a lot of the times you will come back to wherever you formed that trend, and you can absolutely see this green line is where we are finding support right now for Chili's. So this is something that it has shown bullish momentum. I know there's like a roadmap. I don't know too many about the fundamentals of Chili's. I think it's a medium of paying for like MMA services and so
Yeah.
on, and gaming, and I'm not too confident there. It's not really too much of a a thing if you're trading, doesn't really matter. But this has been showing strength, and this is at least on a 4-hourly time frame holding its 50 EMA here. And so if we were to go and look at Bitcoin right now, we will absolutely see that we are way below our 50 EMA. So the 50 EMA on a 4-hour time frame is a very good indication whether you can look for long still or not. So for Chili's, that is a bit different than for these other like big cryptos. You can see it here also on ETH. We are far below this 50 EMA. So Chili's is definitely something that is on my watch list because it's kind of against that. So what I'm looking for here specifically on the 4-hour chart for Chili's using Fibs from the previous swing high to the current swing low is I would basically like to get above this trend line here that we've broken again. If we can get ourselves back above this trend line for Chili's, then I would expect that we will at least see another push, a higher high, because yeah, we've been holding the lows here pretty beautifully. This is absolutely still valid in an uptrend. You may actually come and retest that. That's still not a lower low. These wicks are kind of like just liquidations there. So if we for Chili's can get back above this trend line, I would see 24.4 and 26.2 next for Chili's as like logical next price targets for this uptrend. So that would be a 20 to 29, 30% move from where we're at now. So this is definitely something to keep an eye on.
Yeah, and I know Chili's they've got connections with PSG, Juventus, so some pretty large just clubs out there. It's hard for me to think that they're just going to disappear too if you're looking at it from a fundamental standpoint rather than just a technical standpoint.
I agree.
So thank you. Actually, I didn't know if you actually would have an answer for a bullish chart at the moment. Yeah, so that was good. Cool, man. So let's take a look at the fan favorite, Doge. We can also take a look at SHIB since that one popped this past week. So this is the 15-minute chart. Downtrending at the moment. We can put a trend line here as well. In fact, I will do that for us. Extend it a little bit, probably about here. So we've got a secondary trend. I would say this is probably the primary trend right here where we bounced we have 4 touches. So Doge, I'm not comfortable going either way right now. Of course, I'm leaning bearish, but this is a oftentimes will break bullish right here, especially with this strong support at the moment. This horizontal yellow line, and then getting wedged down here, we could potentially see a break bullish. However, the market is looking bearish, so I'm a bit indecisive at the moment. So I do not have an entry for Doge. Jade, to you, this is only on the 15-minute.
So for Doge, I like wholeheartedly agree that we've seen the meme coins and also in the stock market the meme stocks, they've been having their go, but it seems like the music has kind of stopped playing here. So I am definitely not too confident also for longs or shorts, but we can definitely take a look at it. So I'll add that to the screen here and I'll take a look at Doge and see if we can get an entry here. So Doge is typically not even on my watch list because I'm not a big fan of trading these extremely volatile things. So on a 4-hourly time frame here, I would just going from scratch here, I would draw a trend line, probably a longer term trend line right there. Seems like we're holding that, and then probably I would draw another one from here to there, and looks like we are rejecting from this one. So I'll drop that one out, and just this is now our resistance. So yeah, I mean, probably looking for a 4-hour candle that comes lower and that closes lower than the previous low. So the previous lows is 0.069. I think if we see a 4-hour candle close below that again, then likely you're going to come back to the touch points of this trend line. So that would come to 0.066 first instance, and then all the way down to 0.06 basically. So I'm just bearish on this. There is no real long entry for me here. Even on the lower term time frames, I'm not really interested in longing that against resistance here. I would rather be patient and wait for a break below 0.069 on the 4-hour time frame, and then likely these wicks will just not provide support because these are just you've held them once here, you've held that previous low here once, but likely if you test it again, every time you test it, it becomes weaker and weaker. So I would give a great bias to more downside here for Doge actually. Yeah, that's what I have for Doge. So 4 hour close. You can, if you really like, if you want to really push it, you can just short the breakdown, stop limit short below 0.069, put your stop loss at around 0.07, and write it down to these green lines here on my screen that you can rewatch.
Yeah, look at that. So there, he found a potential Doge entry. At the moment, this is SHIB. I know it had like a 30% day earlier this week, or maybe it was like last Sunday or Saturday. But yeah, so at the moment, crypto is looking like we're gearing up for a winter. You know, all markets look like we are just bearish at the moment. Everything just looks ready to come down just a little bit. So I am obviously preparing for every single scenario. Because why wouldn't you be? If you want to trade, right, be able to play both sides, you know, and if in three different scenarios on each going each way. I know Jay is great at that. Amy is also great at that. She can join us today, but she's great at that. You know, she'll give you her bullish entry and her bearish entry, and if you're gonna play it up, play it down, you know, and if you want to have a continuation play on the bull entry or the bear entry, you know, it's just robot stuff. It's crazy. She's
Yeah,
very good at what she does.
I think she almost had. I think she caught a near 20% unleveraged move on ADA. Absolutely nuts.
Yeah, which
And then,
and Ada's not a quick mover either.
yeah, absolutely, that was a very nasty dump. And then there's one more thing maybe to go over with the meme stocks. And obviously, none of this is financial advice, but what you will often see when SHIB bumps 30% or something like that, people will get very bullish. But then, if you were to look at the chart that you just had up, you see that that nearly always gets sold off, and definitely in a bear market. So I mean, if you were holding Doge or SHIB from whenever and you're looking for an exit, just get out on one of these pumps is what I would probably do if I were still holding, because this is definitely something that you do not want to hold through a crypto winter. A SHIB or a Doge, they are essentially going down, in my opinion.
Right.
There's not that much value in them in this.
No, it's not like an investment and like I
Yeah,
think this is going to grow. You know, there's not. It's not
yeah.
really a thing with it. You know, we all saw how Safe Moon ended up and whatnot. So yeah, it is what it is.
And I see
Um,
Joe in the chat. He says ADA dump was because of news that testnet had issues. I didn't know that, but that's the point of a testnet. So just FUD. Yeah, that's true. But same time, FUD is amazing because if you can get a 20% move there, why would you not play that FUD and then
yeah,
you just get out? And whether it's FUD or not, it's none of our concerns really. So that was definitely an amazing play. But yeah, thanks
right.
for the. I didn't know that about ADA.
Well, we're approaching 15 minutes, so let's the next 2 minutes. Just give me what you think next week is going to be. What the month of September is going to bring with us if you are correct in your next week, and then how do you think we're going to close? Bitcoin will close this coming into the end of the year.
So there's multiple different scenarios. I would expect right now that there's a lot of people that indeed get very bearish. But if you are getting into shorts right as we speak, then the thing is you missed a big move and you're probably going to be late here in the short term. So I would expect a little bit of volatility here maybe in the weekend on lower volume where you do see a little bit of upside movement. But then I would just look at that any kind of little pump. Probably I would look at more shorts there. So I
Right.
I would expect September also is historically not a good month for Bitcoin. So we really gotta absolutely hold something here in August because otherwise it can go downhill really quick. And then for Bitcoin, it's really the current low is a macro low that should hold if you want to see really Bitcoin go to 160K in the next cycle. And the truth is, if that doesn't hold, you'll likely be in a multi-year bear market, and then that'll be that. And then the true value in that is sticking around there and in playing that bear market and coming out whenever that comes out, and nobody can predict that really. So I would say
Right.
short term, probably a little bit of an upside movement because we've just had a very substantial push down, and probably a lot of late shorts will be jumping in right now.
Right. I think I would have to agree. You know, as you said, September is historically bloody month for Bitcoin. Last year it was down 7%, and that was after a pretty decent run up of the 2 subsequent months were 18% and 13%. And then we had a 7% drawdown. So keep that in the back of your head, although this is a little bit different time. But I am bearish as well, just how things are gearing up. So, but October of last year was a 40% month. So I personally don't think that those really translate, but it's kind of fun to look at, and a little bit of conviction sometimes.
And you have to take it day by day, really.
Yeah, especially as traders, right? Even if you're swinging, you're not looking at the monthly. So, but yeah, so that about does it for the Crypto Weekend watch list of Friday, August 19th. Jay, thank you so much for all of your insight and your charting. You're a wizard out there, crypto wizard. But yeah, I think we're both bearish, and I think that's kind of the overall sentiment in the community. Which, if you'd like to play down and make money when everyone is losing money, come join Titan. We'd love to get you set up with a leverage trading account. And yeah, I will catch you all later. Jay, any last thoughts? Any final words?
No, that's about it. Thanks for having me. We will
Yeah, of
go
course,
over
man.
in Titan and have a live trading session. We'll do some more in-depth market updates for the next coming like half an hour to an hour. So it's free also on Titan. So there's
Yeah.
doesn't hurt to join there. So everybody's welcome.
Perfect. All right. Well, we will catch you all later. Thank you all. Bye.
See ya.